Hello and welcome to the Microsoft Teams phone webinar. My name is Kerry and I'm the Voice and Data Manager here at ITRM. And I've been in my role for 2 years now and with the company for a little over 6 years in total, with a background in telephony. I work very closely with the sales team and Gamma. I'm usually a little bit more behind the scenes within my role, so it's nice to introduce myself to you all today and put a face to my name if you haven't already met me. I will pass you over to Holly now, who is a team specialist and will show you all around the platform and the tools it can provide your company with.
Thank you so much, Kerry, and hello everyone. My name is Holly. As Kerry said, I'm a Teams phone sales specialist at Gamma, and today I'm going to be running through with you Teams phone. So without further ado, let's begin. Teams phone, what it essentially is it's a way to have a dial pad on your Teams application so you're able to make and receive calls to mobiles and landlines all within that single pane of glass, so within that Teams application. You can see on the screen there, we've got our Teams app on our laptop with that dial pad, so you can go in and call a mobile or a landline directly from Teams. There's some key benefits from them. It means that you can maximize on your investment in Microsoft licensing. It's really easy to use because if you're already used to making Teams calls as a business anyway, it's not going to be a huge difference and making a PSTN Teams call. Another reason why it's really a good solution as well is it's simplifying your communication. Everything is in that one single pane of glass. You don't need any additional applications to download. All your communication is in that one space. As we probably all know, Teams is massive. Currently, there's 320 million monthly global active users of Teams, and we can see that around 90% of the Fortune 500 companies actually use Teams for Teams phone as well. So very big, lots of people are using it. At Gamma, we pride ourselves in being an excellent Teams voice enablement provider. In case you don't know us, we are a wholesale provider of Microsoft Voice, and we are today partnered with ITRM to provide you the solution. Here are some bits and pieces on the screen in terms of our credentials. So we currently voice enable over 500,000 users today. We are a Teams calling cloud specialist for Microsoft Cloud Solutions. We're also part of the Enterprise Connect program. We're fourth globally for Operator Connect providers, and we're the leading Teams voice enablement provider in the UK, boasting 100% uptime since launch. Enough bragging about Gamma. Now more over to ITRM. So ITRM will be there to support you during your Teams phone journey. They will be your one point of call for all your IT and telecoms business. So again, really nice that you can kind of go to one provider for all your kind of telephony and IT needs. They're number one in the UK in the 2023 MSP 501 rankings, and they offer 24/7 IT support. They're also a Microsoft Solutions partner as well. Lovely. So now, moving on to why Teams Phone. It's an excellent solution as it enables you to communicate from any location on any device, as long as you've got internet connection, whether that's through 4G, 5G, whether you're using a mobile device, laptop, or even a Microsoft certified device, you're able to communicate using that device. It's great for those who need flexible phone capabilities whilst keeping kind of classic call features. So I'll be going through some bits and pieces that you can use using Teams Phone, such as transfer and call page parking as well. So yeah, again, you can use traditional telephony solutions with the ability of having that all integrated with Teams. It's also very cost effective and easy to manage too. We've gone through these before, but yeah, again, we can make and receive calls directly through Teams. Don't need to install another app. You can use it on mobile, laptop, handsets as well, which quite a few people forget about. And you can, of course, switch between calls, switch between devices whilst on the same call. So again, lots of flexibility there too. And of course, everyone's very familiar with Teams, so really easy to get up and running, very limited training required. The world of telephony is changing. So hopefully you'll know that by December of 2025, all kind of PSTN or WLR solutions will be switched off. So this will include things like lift lines, alarm lines, or landline phones, anything that's kind of supported by traditional kind of copper wiring. There's quite a bit to move already, but if you're currently using a service like this, it might be a good time to start thinking about moving to a cloud solution like Teams Phone. So again, if you move to cloud solution using Teams Phone, it's a really good way to future-proof your telephony solution, and again will help you maximize your investment in Microsoft licensing and simplify your communications. Lovely. So I'm now going to show you the Teams application. So you'll be able to see on the screen there, we've got the Teams app. We've got the dial pad on the left-hand side where you can make and receive calls. We've also got all our call history. I'm clicking here into a voicemail. I don't even have to listen to it. It's all transcribed for me, but I can listen to it if I want to. So again, really intuitive platform to use. I can see my contacts, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to start making a call now, like so. So I've just typed in a number. I'm going to type it in properly. I'm probably just going to, let me just call my test account actually. There we go. Perfect. So here I'm making a call, and as you can see, it's literally a Teams call. So again, it's not going to be difficult to train people up, and we can see all the options available to us. I've got the ability to transfer a call. I can consult and transfer as well. So if I want to have a chat with someone before I pass a call through, that option's there for me to do. So I'm going to type in Miriam here, and I can have a chat with her before passing that call through. I can also do the same for an external number as well if I want. And I've got that option to just transfer it directly to if I want to. Got the option to put the call on hold as well, play your traditional hold music, and then of course if you've rung into a IVR, so let's say you've run into your bank, you need to press 1 or 2, that's where that dial pad will be accessible to you. Lovely. There's a few bits and pieces you can do within the settings tab as well. So you can see if I go into settings and calls, I can configure how my calls are dealt with on an individual basis. I'm just kind of clicking through the options there, but I can kind of set up some sort of simultaneous ring, or I can decide where calls are routed to after if I don't answer a call, for example, or if I want to send it to a call queue or another person in the business. So that's all there for me to choose from. I can also decide how many rings I want it to happen until it passes on to my unanswered settings. I can decide different ringtones, and I can also go in and configure my voicemail. So here, again, I can record a greeting. I can decide how the voicemail is recorded, whether I want to add a greeting before they're routed to voicemail. And I can do text-to-speech or have a specialized voicemail for all of my, whenever I'm out of office. So if I've got an automatic reply on, I can have a specified voicemail for that too. Lovely, fabulous. So hopefully that was useful, just having a quick look at the Teams application itself. In terms of what Operator Connect actually is, so Operator Connect is a way that we can achieve that. It's, again, voice enabling Teams, so popping that dial pad on Teams. We've had to go through several checks of our architecture to get onto the Operator Excellence program. It's a very a difficult thing to go through, but we've done it, so well done. But there's a few benefits that we get with this. So we get what's called guaranteed quality of service, and this is because we've got a directed to connect into the Microsoft Azure peering service. So we've got a dedicated highway for all that voice traffic into that Microsoft network. We can also have shared SLAs with Microsoft, so that's 99.99% uptime. And if you would like to manage your phone system yourself within that Teams Admin Center, so if you've got kind of access to your Microsoft Admin Center, you can, if you want, manage that Teams phone system yourself. DDIs sit natively within there, which is really unique in this Teams voice enablement space. It's super easy to get started, and again, it's not that hard to pick up Teams phone. Lovely. So, one thing to note is we also do have a 4-week test mode. So if you want to try it out, please do get in contact with ITRM. What's included? So there's a few bits and pieces that you get as part of the Operator Connect service. We have SIP Trunk Call Manager for additional disaster recovery and business continuity. We also have call bundles and fraud management as standard. So each user gets 2,000 UK DO minutes per user per month. And if you opt for a longer contract term, you'll also get an additional 2,000 UK mobile minutes per user per month. It's a fully managed cloud service, so all you'll need to ensure is you have the relevant Microsoft licensing and an Operator Connect license, and you're all good to go. So no additional bits and pieces in terms of these requiring SBCs or SIP channels or whatnot. It's nice and simple. These are some of the key Teams phone features and functionality. So if you're a bit concerned that Teams might not have the features and functionality you require, and these are a few bits and pieces that are included. The list is a bit more exhaustive than this, but these are the ones, my favourites anyway. So we've got on there call queues, auto attendance, music on hold, consult and transfer, voicemail, of course, call park and retrieve. And they've also just introduced call delegates. So these are essentially PAs where they can make and receive calls on behalf of other Teams users. Lovely. A bit more on SIP Trunk Call Manager and how it can benefit your business. So again, this is an inclusive service, really good USP. You'll get some inbound call stats, so how many callers are calling in month by month, where your callers are calling from, your busy hours over the last 7 days. So it'll tell you, you'll probably see you're most busy Monday at 9 a.m, for example. You'll see a nice big peak there, and you can decide how you would like to make business decisions based on that. Also, you've got how many calls are getting through over the last 7 days, so answered, unanswered, and engaged calls. Lovely. We also have the ability to divert calls in case of network error. So what we can do is we can set up an automatic divert in case Microsoft goes down to send a call to another destination, whether that be a mobile or another department or an announcement, whatever you see fit, we're able to build that. You do get some additional kind of advanced statistics as well. So this is a little bit more boring statistics, but it will show you every single inbound call that's coming through to the platform, and you'll be able to kind of have that there. Another thing on the reports is you can sign up to reports to be sent to you on your email address on a daily, weekly, and or monthly basis. If you require call recording, this is also something that we can provide. So we've got a few different packages, but part of those packages, we have a new exciting kind of AI capability. So we can provide reports on sentiment and tone analysis. We can bring in transcription, or you can just have your basic call recording there as well. So the option is yours. Fabulous. Last kind of few bits to end on. So Microsoft are constantly developing their phone system. These are a few things that are coming or have just been released. So in terms of just release features, you now have hotline phones, and this is essentially where you can have a phone that when you pick it up, it's going to automatically call, for example, a pre-configured phone number. So it might be like an emergency number or what have you. It might be quite good for warehouses or something like that, where you need a phone to automatically call the emergency services. I've mentioned before call delegates. So call delegates is essentially a PA. You can, for example, if I wanted to, I can choose Kerry as my call delegate, and she can go in and she can answer calls on my behalf. She can barge in on my active calls if she wants to. She can also make calls on my behalf as well. So really interesting feature if you have any PAs in your company. Some other bits and pieces that are coming in the future. So Microsoft, interestingly, are hoping to develop the team's ability to take webinars. So that might be quite interesting to see in the coming months. But some that might be a bit more applicable to today is Android phones could be set as shared devices. So this is probably a good use case for if you have a phone at a particular site and you need different users to log in to make and receive calls, or you don't really want to associate an individual user to a phone, that would be where that would sit. We're also hoping to introduce a contact center integration for you as well, and more advanced call reporting on Teams too. So watch this space. Lovely. I'm now going to hand over to Kerry, who's got some questions that you've been asking in the box. But thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Holly. That was great and very informative. Right, so as Holly says, we'll just go over to some of the questions that have been asked throughout the webinar. The first one that we have here, Holly, is how many bundled minutes do you get included?
Lovely, thank you, Kerry. Yeah, so bundled minutes, each user is entitled to 2,000 UK geo minutes. If you opt for a 3-year contract term or above, you'll get an additional 2,000 UK mobile minutes on top of that. So that's 4,000 in total. One thing I will say is these minutes are aggregated across your customer estate. So if you've got someone who makes more calls, they're able to steal someone else's minutes, essentially. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, and then we have another one here which says we have an 03 main number. Can we port this into Operator Connect?
Lovely, thanks, Kerry. Yes, we can. So we can support 01, 02 and 08, 03 and 08 numbers on Operator Connect. All you'd need to do is we'd need to set up the Operator Connect endpoints, place the port, and we'll be able to process that for you. Absolutely. Depending on the type of port, on the lead time associated with that as well. Sorry, Kerry. Go on.
That's okay. And how long does it take to set up the solution in total?
Lovely. So again, nice and easy. You'll need to send a request into ITRM. They'll be able to set it up. The big dependency, again, like I just mentioned, is the porting timescales. So if you have numbers that you would like to bring onto the service, that's the part that we'd probably need to wait the most for, as we'll need to establish a type of port that's associated and the associated lead times with that, as sometimes you might not have agreements with your current provider, etc. But yeah, if you just want out-the-box solution, it can be done, very quickly. Lovely.
Great, that sounds good to me. If we won't do any more questions today, we have got a couple more on here, but don't worry, we'll get back to them in an email this week. If we're just concluding, if you think that it's something that your company would be interested in or would like to find out more on how it would benefit you, please reach out to your account managers here at ITRM. They're more than happy to help you. We have our own fully fledged consultancy team in-house that are available at your disposal to smoothly implement the service and cater to your needs, making sure you have a smooth transition from whatever your existing setup is over to the one app solution, which is Teams telephony. Once you go live, it will be fully supported by ITRM via our service desk. Holly, if you've got anything else to add, if not, thank you for all your time today and interest in Teams telephony.